I'm singing in the rain, just singing.
Raise your hand if
in
you
the
liked
rain.
going to movies when you were a kid. Yeah.
And
Yes.
raise your both hands if you loved going to the movies as a kid.
Yeah.
Right?
No. And then as a teenager, I got to go to a movie with my boyfriend.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then I went home. My mom said, "What was the movie about?" Okay. I couldn't remember. That's embarrassing.
Without further ado, please allow me to introduce a beautiful and talented woman who spent nearly 40 years on Broadway.
I'm not that old.
How about 4 years on Broadway? And my better half, Patty DeBeck.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, your better half. I want to introduce my fabulous husband, David Leong, my lesser half.
Hey!
Well, you said it.
I did, didn't I? That was ridiculous, right? Are you Bruce Lee? Are you Bruce Lee? Oh, please tell me that you're Bruce Lee. No, I'm not Bruce Lee. Don't you know he died almost 50 years ago? Let me start again. Hi, my name is Jackie Chan. Look, tonight, over the next few minutes, we're going to take a trip down memory lane. We're going to look at some of those very famous Hollywood classic musicals and swashbucklers from the 1940s, 50s, and 60s. Here we go. It's going to begin like this.
Name that tune. Remember, so Name That Tune was on the radio, then it was on TV. A short description of it is that they play a snippet of music and the contestant has to guess the name of that song.
Does anyone know what it was from? Oklahoma.
Oh, my
right.
goodness.
All right, Patty, tell us a little bit about Oklahoma.
Oh, Oklahoma, 1955, Gordon McRae. You know, with Golden Age musicals, part of the reason that they called it was that things were in color, in Technicolor and CinemaScope. We'll talk about that a little bit.
It was the first big musical that they shot in color and in CinemaScope, which was a really wide screen. So, moving on, another one. All right. Yeah, we got the name of the musical, but we want the name of the song.
The song. You'll Never Walk. Oh my
David,
God. David, it's over
you
here.
got
And
it.
it's over here too. You'll Never Walk Alone.
Gordon McRae wasn't originally cast. Even though they had a big hit with Oklahoma, he wasn't cast in Carousel. It was Frank Sinatra. Frank's wife, Ava Gardner, called and she said, "I'm shooting a movie in Italy, and unless you get your butt on the plane, on the next plane over, I'm going to have an affair with my co-star Clark Gable." Now, we're going to stay in the 60s for a moment. It's not a classic musical, but it is a classic song from the 60s. It was a huge radio hit. You ready? Yeah.
Wow.
Who sung
yes.
it?
Checker,
Yep.
Checker,
Here
yeah.
we go. You actually got to work with Chubby Checker, didn't you? Can
Yes,
you tell
I
us
did.
about
Yes,
that?
and it was Chubby's opening night. And so it was my job to give him notes. So I go to his dressing room, I knock on the door, I said, "Chubby, it's Patty." And then I heard the shower door open. And then all of a sudden, I hear Chubby walking in. I'm looking up, and I look up further. And there he is with a big smile on his face. He is standing there with a big smile and nothing else. True story.
Oh my God. What is a Hollywood swashbuckler? Did Hollywood swashbucklers have thrilling sword fights? Yes or no?
Say it out loud.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Great. Oh, do they have a doting nanny swashbuckling movies? Did Hollywood swashbucklers have Hollywood heroes like Errol Flynn? All right, if you've seen an Errol Flynn movie, you've seen this man. You know why? Because he choreographed. He was Errol Flynn's stunt double. He also choreographed and taught me.
Aww.
Raise your hand if you've seen Sound of Music. Raise your hand if you've seen it more than 10.
Fact or fiction? So you remember at the end of the movie, they went up to the Alps, right, to get away from the Nazis. So is that true or false?
We're going to give you a choice. You're going to tell us how it ended, okay? It's one of these ways.
So how many think what they really did is they walked down a dirt road?
Raise your hands if you think it was dirt road.
Okay.
Okay, we got about 10 hands there.
Okay. They hid in a milk truck. What about that one?
We got more. We got about 20, and we got about 20 hands.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, we ready? You want to know it? Here we go. Ready, and...
They walked to the corner and took a train.
You know the story. Julie Andrews played Maria Von Trapp, right? It's still played once a year, and Christopher Plummer was Captain Von Trapp. In 1988, my very first Broadway show as a fight choreographer, as a sword master, I got a chance to choreograph Chris Plummer, who was playing the lead role of Macbeth. So after a few days of working, I knew he felt comfortable with me, and I said, "Hey, Chris, can I ask you a question? Sound of Music was so wonderful. It was such a huge hit. It won 5 Academy Awards, Best Picture and all that. I don't need to know specifics, but please tell me that you made a lot of money, right?" They gave me 2 choices. You could take a little small amount of cash up front, be sure, or you can get a small percentage of the movie profits. I took the cash.
Wow.
And then he shoved him away and said, "Thanks, Leong, for reminding me of something that took me 30 years to forget."
I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above.
He's not looking too happy there, David.
No, he's not. So they spent millions of dollars on the rain machine. Again, true story. They had it all, the rain machine set up, the cameras are ready to roll. Gene Kelly is in his costume, and they're ready to go when they call action, and the rain machine failed.
Raise your hand if you think it was because a pipe burst. Okay, all right.
There are about 12 hands there.
Right. Raise your hand if you think they forgot to turn a knob on and that was no water.
I think that's what people want it to be, right?
Yeah.
So you ready to read the big reveal? Okay, here it is.
I know. Local neighbors overwatered the lawn. Isn't that crazy? And I think the other funny thing is, or interesting, he wore a wool suit. And here he is dancing in a wool suit. What did the wool suit do every day? It shrank.
Yeah, you guys are great. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Some of those, so yeah, it was fun to remember. What man has moved into.
And I just have thank you. It was our pleasure, and we really appreciate both your time. I loved him.